While on the Believe You Me podcast with Bisbing, Colby Covington has just responded to the allegations of him ducking a fight with fellow welterweight contender Belal Muhammad.
How come you didn't accept the fight with Belal at UFC 286 when you were able to weigh in and prepared to fight?
I apologize, Colby. Jeez Louise, what are you doing?
It's the first question people are asking.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. That's fake news. I was never offered Belal. You know, that I wasn't offered the racist. That guy's very racist. He said that I'm getting my title shot because I'm white. That's racism, clear racism. He should be kicked off the panel at ESPN. But let me tell you the truth. Never was offered Belal. The guy, he's beaten 8 or 7 guys on the regional circuit. When you start winning high-level fights, former world champion, top five ranked fights, then you can start talking about getting these big fights and title shots and this and that. But until you do that, stop saying my name, bro. That's all fake news. I've never been offered. I've accepted every fight I've been offered from Hunter and Dana White. They've offered me Dustin Poirier. I was ready for that fight. He was going to sell big tickets because he got me kicked out of my old gym. So that fight, that's a personal vendetta. That's not about like a big fight.
They offered you Dustin Poirier.
Yes, Dustin Poirier. Oh. I accepted with Khamzat Chimaev. I said, let's do it. I'm going to end this hype. This guy cannot keep up with me for 5 rounds. You saw what happened with him and Gilbert in 3 rounds. He was breaking. I will break that guy, and I will end his hype for good. So I accepted every fight that's been offered to me. Dustin Poirier, Khamzat Chimaev, Baba. There's no other fights that have been presented to me. If someone says that they've presented a fight, show me a contract. Show me anything. Oh, he's showing text from his dietitian? Bill Lyle, let me tell you one piece of advice. Get a new manager. Get a new manager, Bill Lyle.
Back in 2021, Merab stated he would never fight Aljamain Sterling, regardless of if a title was up for grabs. We are good friends, and we're not going to fight each other. Aljo is champion. I believe he will defend his belt, and he will be champion for a long time. I have to win a couple more fights to fight for the title, but we will figure something out if I get there. But one thing is for sure, we're never going to fight. Me and Aljo, we're never going to fight each other. So at the last UFC fight night, when a fan shouted out about the two fighting, Merab got annoyed and almost attacked the heckler.
It's that Hoodle's ass. I want you to get in the octagon with him in San Antonio. Hey, right here, baby. Hey. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, Sterling, Merab's coming for your belt, buddy. I'm telling you, make the fight happen. That's a people's fight. Hey, Aljo, get over here, buddy. Get it. Hey, you want it or you don't? Hey, once Aljo kicks Sahulo's ass, I want you to get in the octagon with him in San Antonio. Hey, right here, baby. Hey.
In other news, after UFC 286, Islam Makhachev went to Twitter and threw his hat in the ring for a shot at Leon Edwards. But Beneil Dariush believes Islam will struggle against the current welterweight champion and gives the prediction of Edwards winning via decision. While speaking with Submission Radio, he had this to say: I don't understand. Like, what about title defenses? I don't know what's going on with him. Why? Maybe he's having a hard time making weight at 55 and he's just like, let's go to 70 and relax. Honestly, I don't get it. I think he needs to focus on his division. There's a lot of good fighters in this division. I don't know why he's trying to run off to other divisions. Someone showed that to me and I just rolled my eyes. I don't know what goes through these guys' minds, but I get it. You work so hard to get this belt and now you don't want to risk it and lose it, right? But this is not how you keep divisions active. There's all these guys waiting at the door. I would assume a decision for Leon, but Leon could possibly finish him. The issue is, Makhachev, from what I've noticed, he seems to have a strength advantage nearly in all his fights, and he uses it really well. The few fights he hasn't had it, for example, Arman, for example, Volkanovski, he seems to really struggle. Fighting a guy like Leon, okay, you're not cutting the weight, I get it, but Leon can go 5 rounds. Leon can wrestle. Leon can get up and Leon can stay accurate. I don't think it's gonna be a good fight for Makhachev. I think Leon right now is the most well-rounded fighter I can watch. And circling back to Covington, he was also in the news recently for threatening the life of UFC play-by-play commentator Jon Anik. And on the Weighing In podcast, Josh and John react to Colby's statement.
Colby Covington, you'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
Okay, thank you.
We already, like, it's a bit. It's a bit. And like, I would take this more serious if it was Masvidal or Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz. I'd take it more serious. This is Colby Covington. Like, it reminds me of fucking the guy that Eminem used to make fun of on 8 Mile. Your real name's Clarence. Like, it's just, bro, you probably grew up in a good family, whatever it was. I don't even know anything about Colby, but I'm simply saying, like, dude, you'll do nothing. You're the guy. You just speak. You speak like this. You say stupid shit. It's a bit. It's like his bit, and then he's not. He ain't trying to fight nobody out in the street. He ain't driving up there to try and find Jon Anik. He ain't doing that. So I know it is. You are threatening somebody publicly, which is very stupid.
Hold it. Isn't this the guy that is now basically sued 2 different fighters because they supposedly went after him?
It's so funny. He's weak.
Did any? First off, he had the whole thing with Masvidal. If that's gone, whatever. But supposedly there's a civil suit still. There's not a criminal, but there is a civil. And did he not try to sue Fabricio Verdum when Verdum kind of went after him, saying, "Really?" And he was backing away from him the whole time. I think Verdum threw a frickin' a
boomerang.
A boomerang. Yeah. Did he throw a boomerang kind of at him? Right?
That's great.
And you look and you go, and you're going to be the guy putting out threats to a guy that he's just doing his job. He's the commentator, and he's a great commentator. And you're going to sit there and talk about the guy's kids and that you're going to fuck him up. Stop.
So dumb.
You're sounding ridiculous.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, John, he's basically been told apparently that he's getting the next title shot. But I mean, I want to throw a little wrench in there. Let's be honest. If George Masvidal beats Burns, I wouldn't be surprised if Masvidal gets the shot at Leon because they had that beef in the back.
Story.
They have a built-in story that's a lot more marketable than the Colby fight
Leon
against
wants
Leon.
that fight.
Oh yeah, he does. That's kind of that is a bigger money fight than the Colby fight. Masvidal and Leon, because the built-in story is already there, and they're both stand-up fighters. They're both going to stand.
Yep,
Leon will probably threaten some takedowns here and there. I don't think George is going to threaten takedowns. He'll stand. But I think if you're the UFC, you're probably leaning more towards that fight than you are the Colby Covington and Leon Edwards fight right now. I think they're throwing the Leon thing out there right now. But if Burns doesn't beat Masvidal and Masvidal wins, I wouldn't be surprised if Masvidal gets that fight.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
And then I wonder what kind of backlash we're going to hear. Maybe we'll see Belal and Colby fight then.
We should.
We'll see.
I think if
Masvidal wins and he fights Leon, that's going to put Colby out some time. I think you have Belal and Colby on that same card. So if somebody falls off, then sure, one of them can go in as the backup.
Absolutely.
But then you'll have them both on the same card. It makes sense.
So I'ma let my chest poke out just a little. I'm headed to the top, can't stop in the middle. We are on the rise, so keep watching the sky.